Screen reads about 50,000 young adults with autism exit school each year in the U.S., leading to a loss of community, support services, and structured daily activities. The Museum Access Consortium Supporting Transitions project aims to address these needs by supporting cultural organizations and the autism community in increasing opportunities. Supporting transitions is a win-win. Throughout this video, you will hear from a number of self-advocates, professionals from cultural institutions, and professionals from social service agencies. Bren Bader, participant, JCC Adaptations.
Right now we have a crisis. Approximately 80 to 90% of adults on the spectrum are either unemployed or underemployed.
Marnie Smith, job coach, JCC Manhattan.
There are tons and tons of programs for young people with autism, like teens and kids. And then when they become adults, the number of programs goes down. So we've got all these people who would be great to work or visit cultural institutions, and we really want to provide the support for them, and that's exactly what Supporting Transitions does.
Eliza Greenberg, project leader, Supporting Transitions Museum Access Consortium.
Supporting Transitions is a project of the Museum Access Consortium to increase opportunities for adults with autism at cultural organizations.
Miranda Applebaum, Chair, Museum Access Consortium.
We saw this three-year project that we're currently in with Supporting Transitions as an opportunity to really focus on what the barriers are for adults with autism to participate both as visitors at institutions and audience members, and also as volunteers and employees.
Constance Steinem, artist, parent, and steering committee member of the Museum Access Consortium.
My daughter is 21, so we are in the process of transitioning and looking into possibility for her life, her future, and it's quite overwhelming. Cultural institutions are probably the center of what could be her life.
Liz Prentice, employment specialist, JobPath.
So there are many agencies like JobPath in New York City that provide services to adults with disabilities, including autism. And part of those services are helping them find jobs, and then once they find jobs, they are provided with job coaching. So the job coach will be there to help them learn their new tasks and to learn the social norms of the business and basically just the ins and outs of the position.
So in my role, we reach out to a lot of cultural institutions. You know, our participants have a wide range of skills that can be used in those institutions, and it's also a great environment for them.
It's not too dynamic. The sensory overload is less likely. In fact, it's purposely designed that way. It's a comfy zone. You can even say it's a safe space.
I feel personally so incredibly lucky to be working in a cultural organization, and I think that that is an opportunity that anyone who is interested should be able to pursue. There are many, many barriers for people with developmental disabilities generally. It could be in communication, it could be social, it could be that they don't have the same opportunities for internships when they're in high school or college as mainstream students. And by creating these kind of inroads and making sure that the partnerships begin early and they can work on those skills and just gain job exposure, I think that it will make all of our workforces more diverse and more interesting going forward.
When we talk about cultural organizations being a place for community, it's important to include all community.
In the process of doing these activities, I can refine my knowledge, and I can also provide an employer with a product that will be superior to someone without my particular perspective and ability.
We really want to shine a light on some of the amazing work that's being done at cultural institutions throughout the city, both small and large, and the Museum Access Consortium is a great platform to take those small case studies and share them across the country and hopefully across the world.
Sarah Lowenberg, museum educator, access programs, Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum.
Supporting Transitions has provided a lot of resources about best practices for interviewing, for providing programming, and has connected us also to organizations serving adults with autism. We also just received a grant from the FAR Fund to hire 2 part-time paid interns that will be adults with autism, and they'll be serving as a data entry specialist and an inventory specialist. So we're really excited to have them as a part of the education team to provide much needed organizational and information gathering skills.
Lincoln Center has had a long-standing program to invite families with children with disabilities to attend performances. Recently, we expanded those opportunities to include other ways to engage teens and young adults with autism. So this past summer, we worked with 2 students to train them on how to be front-of-house staff and volunteers. And we also are working on embedding more job readiness skills like interviewing, resume building, and general exposure to performing arts careers.
We hope that in the future, Supporting Transitions will create a community that is sharing best practices, helping each other create more opportunities, and that adults with autism will be involved in that process as staff members at cultural organizations and as participants in the process of creating more opportunities.
What they see through, what they see and live has always a prospect that we never think of. So it teaches a huge amount of way of seeing life that we would completely miss if we didn't include everybody in society. And that doesn't go only for only people with disability, it goes for everybody.
Supporting Transitions is a win-win.
Supporting Transitions is a win-win.
Supporting Transitions is a win-win.
It's a win for cultural institutions.
It's a win for the cultural communities, and it's a win for the autism community.
And it's a win-win for parents, it's a win-win for our society.
Supporting Transitions is a win for adults with autism.
The screen shows the logo for MAC, Museum Access Consortium, and credits read, "Join us in supporting individuals with autism at all ages, museumaccessconsortium.org." The screen shows the logo for the FAR Fund, and credits read, "This project is funded with generous support from the FAR Fund. Special thanks to the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum. The Museum Access Consortium is a fiscal entity of City Access New York. Special thanks to those interviewed for this video.